Okay, so here we are. We have discussed until pricing strategies, and now we need to discuss about the placement and the other elements. Okay, placement strategies. There are two things as we discussed last time in class, last week. You want to explain your channel strategy. Okay? In terms of channel, you explain whether it is direct or indirect, or maybe both. Okay? Indirect channel, you can explain how many middlemen that you're using, or how many middlemen that you're using. Okay. That's channel strategy. Okay. Distribution coverage strategy. You can explain whether you are adopting exclusive, okay, selective or intensive. Now, I believe some businesses, like if you manage your own service, then it is exclusively done by you, right? You have your own personal selling team. You describe how you organize it. Well, we adopt the exclusive distribution team. We have our own personal selling team, right? Personal selling team or sales force, right? Right, personal selling is labeled as Salesforce or account executive or marketing executive. All right. So if you manage them by yourself, then you are you exclusively manage them. Okay. Any by the way, any questions about your placements? All good?
Yes, Eddie.
Yep.
Okay, my question is, if I were to use intensive strategy, that means, can I say that if I'm managing the sales force, it's an exclusive strategy as well? So I have two strategies?
That's actually a good question. Okay, managing your sales force. If you address all channels, right? All channels such as Woolies, Coles, and so on and so forth.
Yep.
Then, you can claim that you adopt intensive. Okay, then you can claim that you adopt intensive. Okay, here you only assign your own team to. In the case of exclusive, you only have one channel. In this instance, yourself, okay? And you do not have you do not distribute that to a wide range of customers. Okay, does it answer your question?
Yeah. So even if I have a sales force, I still mention it's an intensive strategy.
You can. It goes back to how many. So exclusive, selective, and intensive basically is basically about the number of outlets. All right, the number of resellers. Right here, if you only sell it to yourself, right? You are the only person selling it. Okay, you don't have any other resellers. Then but here, your case is different. Your case is different, because you have a sales force, and your sales force deliver that to the resellers.
Yes.
Right? These guys is different. They don't have resellers.
Okay.
All right. No resellers. No resellers. Okay. And normally they do that. They select the direct channel. Right. Managing the distribution by themselves, direct channel strategy. Okay. Have I answered your question?
Yes.
Okay. Brilliant. All right. Promotion. We have 5 tools. Okay. Look at the ones that you're using. Look, ideally, I'd like you to look at all 5. Right. Advertising, sales promotion, typing error, PR, personal selling, and the last one is direct digital marketing. Okay. Now, what about if your business does not have any advertising activities, right? We don't have advertising activities. Then you just need to explain the organization does not have okay, does not conduct this activity because of, or advertising is not, if your marketing plan does not recommend advertising activities, then you can explain this. Advertising is not recommended because whatever. Okay. There is a tendency that B2B marketers use personal selling more. B2B marketer may focus on personal selling team rather than advertising campaign. In other words, if the number of customers, if your business has a lot of customers, right? Like millions, I'm talking about millions, like Tim Tam, okay? It is likely you conduct advertising, okay? But if your business does not have a lot of customers, okay? Let's say you only have 10, 20, or hundreds, okay? You may focus on personal selling team. Okay? I think, Julie, you may recall our discussion in class that it's basically you talk to the customers directly.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
so you focus on using personal selling team instead of advertising on TV or on radio. I don't know whether you use a local paper. I don't know whether you use local paper. Yes, I don't think you would because it's pretty much locked in, exclusive in that area.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. So you can argue that we are not going to use advertising campaign because we are basically exclusive. Our service is exclusive in this area because our service is exclusive. Therefore, what we need to do is to inform them through direct marketing, online marketing. We'll do online marketing campaign, right? Like what? We have the website.
Yep.
We need to explain our service to website. If you introduce new service or improve your service, for instance, you can explain it on your website. We are going to include this in our website. Let's say now we are premium care. We want to build that image. I like that word. the premium care and Opal care, right? I'd like to include the premium the premium image in our website. So I need to insert that message in our website, for instance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does it help, guys?
Yep.
Right, brilliant. Michelle, how about you, Michelle? Is that okay, Michelle?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah.
All good?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, brilliant. That's also applicable to your coffee, all right? I think in your case, you need to make decision whether you are analyzing the entire chain or for the coffee. That's my preference, actually. So you can think about whether you are using advertising, sales promotion, whether you use discount or not, or pretty much you upload your coffee on the...
We do a little bit of everything.
What was that?
We do a little bit of all of it.
Okay, yeah. Explain it. Now, when you explain it, you can also, in your marketing plan, you can also review it, whether you still propose the same thing or not. Guys, this is the thing I'd like to highlight to you. Your marketing plan is not necessarily the same thing that you have been doing. Right? If your organization has been doing ABC in terms of promotional activities, and based on your analysis, you say, well, I think we need to do it differently. Then you propose it in your marketing plan. This is the opportunity for marketers to propose their ideas based on their analysis. Yep, last year we did advertising. I don't think we need to do advertising anymore because it's not effective. That goes back to your business performance analysis. Okay, but this time we are going to focus more on personal selling, for instance, for argument's sake. I'm just giving an idea. Okay, what I'm trying to say is basically, again, you do not need to follow what has been done. You do not need to in quote unquote copy and paste of whatever the organization has been doing. Okay, you can propose your ideas in here. Okay? Right, now marketing control. Right, that we discussed last week. I I'm going to bring you to my marketing control. Okay. For your marketing control, can I suggest that you do a bit of profit and loss statement? It doesn't have to be complicated, guys. Just estimate the revenue. If you don't know the sales revenue that you get, okay, you just need to estimate based on the number of customers, right?
Okay.
Based on the number of customers, let's say number of customers, you multiply by the price that you charge, right? How much you charge the customers, okay? COGS, if you don't know, the COGS stands for cost of goods sold, right? Cost of goods sold. Okay. Now, what does it mean? That reflects the costs that the organization pay to make sure the product or service are available for customers to purchase. Okay, so that includes the if you look at fast-moving consumer goods, okay, that includes raw material, packaging material, labor costs, and also the cost of machinery or overhead costs. Okay, overhead costs. Like what? Like machinery. Okay, like machinery, building, the salaries of the supervisors, and so on and so forth. Right. So that's overhead cost. Okay. Now, in my observation, a lot of businesses normally aim at 60%, a maximum of 60% off. It's not always the case, right? And I think it's good that you know the markup of your costs. Yes, when you do your pricing, you mark up by 20%. Was it?
Sorry?
You have the markup.
Yeah, approximately 15-20%.
Yeah. So based on that, you can calculate back the costs. Okay,
Yeah.
let's say 20%. If your markup is 20%, how much would your cost be? Okay.
Yeah, well, at the moment, I can't get any figures or anything like that. I have asked for weeks, but so I'm just going to have to sort of estimate it and estimate a trend over the last few.
That's fine.
And from that, I'll be able to estimate a profit and all that sort of thing.
Yep.
Those total.
That's fine. Now, what about if you don't have the information on your marketing plan? You can also line a little bit of in-text in here. Discussion with the management reveal the following P&L. Okay, makes sense, guys? Is that okay or not?
Yep.
Yeah. How about you, Joey? You okay, Joey?
Not really get it.
Okay. Right. Okay. How can I, what's the issue?
So you mean I need to find out the revenue or the price profit to analyze? Is that right?
Yep.
So
if
for example, how do I know the gross profit or
okay. Gross profit is easy to calculate. If you get these two numbers, you can get gross profit easily.
So you mean I found out the revenue of my hospital?
Yes. Revenue minus COGS. Okay. If you can get, look, worst scenario, okay, you can assume 60% COGS. If you can get the revenue, okay, you can assume 60% COGS. Okay. Is that okay, Joey?
Yeah.
Okay. Michelle, how about you, Michelle?
Yeah, I can do it.
Brilliant. Kamal, you okay, Kamal?
Yeah. I'll get something.
Okay. Now, gross profit is easy. If you get these two figures, right? If you get these two figures, the rest will, you get almost everything. Okay, because gross profit is the difference between revenue and COGS. Okay, it's the difference between revenue and COGS. All right. Now let's look at an example. Let's say my revenue is number of customers. After I calculate number of customers and price, I get $25 million for argument's sake. Okay, and the COGS is, let's say, I'm losing the calculator. 60%. My brain is a bit numb today. Sorry, guys. I need to have a bit of calculator. 60% of $25 million, I get 15. That's my COGS. Okay. So how much is my gross profit? My gross profit is 25 minus 15. I get $10 million. Yeah. Now expenses in here. Look, we know that the expenses in here includes many things. But if you include your marketing expenses, right, the ones that you control, that is fine. Okay. Now, I understand that a couple of papers have shown the estimate of their marketing expenses, which is great, right? Look, I'll leave it to you to estimate it. I'll leave it to you to estimate it. How much would you spend on advertising? How much would you spend on sales promotion, and so on and so forth? Okay. Is that okay, guys?
Eddie?
Yep.
In my marketing plan, I think under marketing objective, I've done under the financial part, I have done all this calculation.
Yep.
Do I need to put the similar thing under the marketing control again?
Yes. Put them back. All right.
Put them back.
You want the figures are connected. You want everything in your marketing plan to be connected.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, you're confusing the readers. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And you are going to give different direction to people. Your marketing plan will be the direction, will be the Bible, will be the guideline for everybody, including how we spend the money.
Okay.
All right. Let's say, look, guys. What about if you don't understand the figures, right? Look, a lot of businesses put percentage of sales, right? It could be 5%. Right. Then you put your assumption here. Okay. Note of P&L statement. Okay, you can put in here the organization spend 5% on of revenue on marketing expenses. Okay. Now let's say we use 5%. Okay, and we our sales is $25 million. Okay. How much is that? 25. So we can spend $1.25 million. Make sense, guys?
Yeah. Another question, Eddie.
Yep.
For this financial thing, so this will be for the coming year. That means the marketing plan is based.
Absolutely. Profit and loss statement for 2017.
Okay.
Okay. Look, remember what we discussed in class? We create marketing strategy to deliver the objective. One of the objective is financial objective, right? And eventually, organizations want you to deliver financial objective through managing marketing or non-financial objective. All right. How do we deliver non-financial objective? We deliver the marketing activities, right? Like perfect product, correct pricing, placement, and also promotional activities. Now that means cost to the business. Okay, so you need to tell the business, yep, I'm going to deliver that, but I need that money. Okay, I'm going to deliver that, but I need these resources. Okay, does it explain, guys?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So how do we set this section out? What's the layout of it? Just exactly what there.
You can use that layout. I'm going to tidy up after this. Yeah. Okay. Now, net profit in here would be your gross profit minus expenses. Okay. So that will become $8.75 million. Okay. Now I'm going to write down here. Okay. P&L statement 2017. Okay, because we are writing a marketing plan for 2017. How do we write it? You can use revenue, right? COGS, okay. Gross profit, okay. marketing expenses. Marketing expenses and net profit. Actually, it's not really net profit, but let's call it net profit. We don't have the other costs in the organization, but that's fine. Okay. Does it help? Travis? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You can use table if you like. That is fine. You can use a table. Okay. To make it. So that's the format. The both in here are basically, you know, my explanation. All right. From your marketing control perspective, I think I found 1 or 2 papers showing this kind of calendar, which is great, right? Your revenue, your sales revenue, let's say you got the $25 million. 25. Okay. So you split them into monthly basis. Okay. You split them into monthly basis. Okay. And how do you split them? I'll leave it to you. Right. But in real life, we normally consider the seasonality of the product. Okay. For instance, Devon, I think your business is beverage, right? During certain season, you may sell more, like Christmas. Okay, like Christmas, you may sell more. Now, that may also be applicable to your business status. During certain period, you may have more orders, probably.
Yeah, spring and summer is generally busier than winter.
Absolutely. So you may want to bump a bit, you know, the numbers a little high during, you know, spring and summer. Yeah. Julie, I don't know whether your business has seasonality. I think it is pretty much stable as far as I understand it.
Well, it all really works on the age of the residents, really. So, you know, I could go months where no one passes, and then I could have 2. So mine isn't really. True.
That's the case then.
How do I work that out?
And what's that?
How would I work that out?
Look, if that's the case, Julie, you just need to put the same figure.
Okay.
That's
All right.
fine. The same figure. Right?
Okay.
If you have 64 residents and that generates, for argument's sake, $100,000 a month, then you put $100,000 a month.
Okay.
Yeah? Does it help?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yep, that's fine.
Yep.
Thank you.
No worries. Joey, how about you? You okay with this?
I tried to figure out, maybe create a number anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave it to you. Now, your marketing dollars in here, remember, guys, you have the marketing expenses up here. Okay? Put it back here. This is your annual. Right? This is the annual. Right? This is annual profit and loss. Okay? So you split them into monthly. Okay? How do you split them? I'll leave it to you. Again, you may also want to consider seasonality. I'll just put a note here. Notes, consider seasonality. Consider if there is any seasonality. Seasonality. Okay? So if you sell more during summer, spring and summer, you get more orders, you may want to push a bit more campaign in those seasons. Okay? So you put a higher number here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'd be doing it the other way around to promote it during autumn and winter because we got the work in spring and summer.
All right. Yep. Fair enough. Then yeah. All right. Cool. The last thing is the marketing activity calendar. This one here is basically about your marketing expenses. Okay, your marketing activities, your promotional activities. Okay. So here you put the activity. Let's say you want to do advertising, right? Through what? A local paper or newspaper advertising, right? You don't need to show the numbers. You can show, you can highlight that. I'm going to do that in here. So just block them. Use the color or use the tick in here to show the calendar. What are the things that you want to do? Okay. So I want to do it in here and here. Okay, and then direct marketing or online. I'm going to do it throughout the year. right? For instance, okay? Sorry. Okay. And what else? I'm going to do consumer promotion, for instance, or I'm going to do the other things. And in terms of consumer promotion, I'm going to do it in here, for instance, right? So that's kind of activity, calendar activity for everyone. Our sales guys love it because that gives them an idea when you want to do things. Okay. Now, what about if you do product training? You call up people. You know, you call people to do the product training. You can include in here. I'm going to launch new product. I'm going to explain new website. I'm going to explain the new image, like the premium image. So everybody adopts it. Everybody understands it, understand the vision of the organization. I'm going to do training here, for instance, right? So this is your activities, right, to deliver that, right? Remember the marketing mix variables? They are our plan, right? And this activity basically helps us tactically what we must do, right, on monthly basis, right? This is the thing that we show to our boss. Hey, boss, this is what I plan to do on every month, every single month, right? In fact, in the fast-moving consumer goods, I would, when I launch new product, if you go back to sales plan in here, for marketing product, I normally ask my brand managers to analyze the sales targets in the first 13 weeks. Why the first 13 weeks? Because fast-moving consumer goods would normally have high turnover. Okay. Right, so there are the three things in terms of marketing control. Any questions, guys?
Eddie?
Yep.
In terms of if you go down the table.
Yep.
You mentioned here not the marketing activities, the other one.
The other one.
The earlier one. Okay, this one here.
Yep.
Can I use in terms of instead of value? I use instead in carton because there might be price changes, so carton will be more appropriate than value.
Right. Okay. If you don't have any other figures, that is fine. But if you can get the value, that is perfect. Because the reason for that is actually, if you look at that, you can put the profit here.
Okay. All right.
You can track the profit on monthly basis as well. Okay.
Okay.
Look, remember, actually, the product manager or the marketing team is the marketing management is actually the commercial management. Right? They are in charge on the full commercial operations of the organization, actually. Right? So, if you look at today's today's requirement for marketing jobs, the marketers are not supposed to know marketing only, but they are supposed to know the entire operations of the business. Okay? Now, look, people like you, Tavis, you know the operation stuff, which is great. Yeah, that's great. You know the operations, and a lot of people in class know the operation, okay, which is great. So you know the marketing side, so you have the full insight of the business. That's what they want. The organizations want us to be a business manager instead of marketing manager. Okay? Does it explain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another reason is, in actual, we use actually in cartons, but we can convert that into value.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
You just multiply it by price.
Okay. And the second chart, Adi, if you look at the activity, do we have to put a budget for each activity?
Which one?
It's like, for example, this one here.
This one?
The activity.
Oh, this one?
Bottom. Yeah, like say, for example, consumer promo for the whole year, how much is the budget?
If you can do that, that's perfect.
Okay, all right.
If you can do that, that's perfect.
Eddie?
Yep.
Can I ask you the first one? MPP, what's MPP?
Oh, newspaper, my apologies.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I was using the corporate.
Alright.
I apologize for that. Yeah. I'm trying to manage the little space in my yeah. All right.
You know
Any
how
more
you-
questions?
Yeah, you know how you've got like Devon just asked about the price. Would that not just go into your sales plan earlier? Like
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
that
Exactly.
section?
Exactly. You need to align that with your. You mean this one here?
Yeah, so the calendar basically is just a note of per month, but your
Yes.
actual
Yes. They
costs
should
and
be
all
the
that
same.
would sit in your sales.
That should be the same. If this one here is in a year, right?
Yeah.
This one in 1 year. So this one you split them into monthly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say in a year you aim at $25 million as mentioned here. Okay. You
Yeah.
split that.
Yeah.
You refer to the seasonality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you sell more during spring and summer, then you want to increase that during spring and summer.
Yeah, and then like the sales plan should link up with the marketing calendar. It should be
Absolutely.
something the same.
Exactly.
Like,
That is
in
correct.
those months, if you advertise newspaper and so on, you obviously your
Yes.
costs will be more
Yes.
than in other months where you don't advertise it.
Yes. I think you got the gist. Okay. Brilliant. Now, you know what? This is helping the organization to plan the operation. Right? If based on your analysis, you're going to sell more during spring and summer, then they need to prepare the team. You know, more. Well, I need to hire more people during these seasons. All right, I need to prepare them. Right, I need to contact my suppliers. Hey guys, you need to prepare this. The moment I sell this more, I need this material more. Okay, so remember our marketing plan. Look, marketing plan is supposed to link the interests of the entire stakeholders, right? Because that will become the Bible of the organization. Okay, is that okay now, guys?
Yep.
Okay, brilliant. Julie, how about you, Julie? You okay, Julie?
Yep, I'm fine. Yes.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. All right. Now look, the other thing is about that's marketing control, right? I'm going to upload the marketing control document as well on our Dropbox, okay? And so you can access it. Now, relevant legislation, you can refer to the slide. Look at the slide. Refer to the slide. Refer to the slide I presented. Okay, you can talk about the consumer and competition and consumer act. Okay, you can refer to privacy, and I think there are at least two things: competition and consumer act. Oh, sorry, this one's supposed to be. This is an act, so I need to put it in. Okay. And you can also refer to the privacy legislation. Okay, so at least there are two things that you can look at. Feel free to comment, right? A short comment here, 1-2 paragraph would be fine to explain how would you respect the organization respects the privacy of the customers, right? You respect whatever. Okay, and if you believe that contract law is also relevant to you, then you explain the contract law. Okay. Any questions about relevant legislation, guys?
Basically, everything sort of comes under the Competition and Consumer Act, really, doesn't it? Everything's sort of explained under that, and there's all subcategories in.
Yeah, that's one of the main ones. Obviously, you're correct.
Yeah.
That's one of the main one. Okay, cool.
There's not much more outside that, the ACCC and business side of things.
Yeah. You know what? I moved jobs a few times, and in my new jobs, I was always trained with the Consumer and Competition Consumer Act. It used to be labeled as Trade Practices Act.
Yeah.
Used to be Trade Practices Act. So guys, if you refer to the previous one, they label this act as the Trade Practices Act 1974. And we changed that to Competition and Consumer Act because we want to capture a broader perspective of the competition legislation. Okay. Right.
Eddie.
Yep.
Can you tell me which slide, which one you sent it to us?
There is a specific presentation I created for that purpose. If you look at the Dropbox, see that one? The relevant legislation Dropbox.
Reference.
See that file name? Okay. Relevant legislation, right?
Okay.
That includes the relevant legislation that we discussed. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Okay.
You look at that competition and consumer, it's gives a lot of information on each category and how, and you sort of look at it to relate to your business.
Sorry, your voice was breaking up. I apologize.
Yeah, if I noticed when I went on, I had a look up at the Competition and Consumer Act itself and looked at the categories in it, and it sort of gave me a lot of information into all the categories, and then from that I sort of seen which ones were sort of more relevant to what my business was.
Yep.
So I found that quite useful, the website. Government website.
You can look at the ACCC website.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want it to upload the website later on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already had a look at it there. Yeah.
Okay. Look, the Competition Consumer Act in here, the purpose is to promote fair competition. The essence is to promote fair competition. All right. So therefore, we do not do price fixing. We do not do price predatory, for instance. Okay. So if you put a comment that you're not doing price fixing, you're not doing price predatory. Okay. So there are a couple of examples that you can consider. Okay. And I think in the case of Julie and also Joey, you probably you may not talk a lot about the Competition and Consumer Act, but you may talk about the privacy legislation, how you protect the customers, your customers' privacy, right? You do not disclose their privacy to anybody else, right? And you do anything to save the data in your storage, and it is protected. Okay, so that kind of thing that you want to talk about. Yeah. Davis, by the way, sorry, I forgot. Does it answer your question, Mike?
Yeah. So the privacy legislation, that wouldn't really affect me. We don't really hold person's data or anything like that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
That's actually the main one I was trying. I moved jobs from one job to the other job. That is the main one I was trying.
Yeah.
The Trade Practices Act, now it has become Competition and Consumer Act. Okay. Right. Now look.
Can I just say something, Eddie?
Yep.
So I just put in my Aged Care Act as well that we must follow as well. Would I just do that and expand on it?
What was that again? Sorry.
Would I put the Aged Care Act?
Oh yes.
In there?
Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay.
Brilliant.
Good.
And the other other legislation in your industry.
Yeah.
Aged Care Act in your industry.
Good.
Like Aged Care Act.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now look, this one is important. Okay. Discussion with the relevant stakeholder. Okay. Make sure at least you have one feedback. If the feedback is no, everything is good, then look, please. You may talk to the wrong stakeholder who does not understand how to look at a marketing plan. Okay, so please make sure you get feedback. Okay, either your price is too high or whatever. Okay, or your promotional activity is not it's not heavy enough. So you consider that. Okay. Right, look, guys. I have less than 1 minute. I'd like to discuss the last thing I'd like to discuss with you is the marketing criteria. What I'll do is I'm going to exit again. I'm sorry, and I'm going to log back in after 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah. Please, please come back because I need to discuss with you about the marketing criteria. Right, I believe it will be not that long. It won't be that long. Okay, I'll see you in the next couple of minutes.
Sure.
Thank you.